Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you like diamond painting and listening to audio while you diamond paint, then perhaps you will like this video. I am linking the products that I'm using in this video down below in the description. We will be telling 3 Reddit stories and reading some comments, and that will also be linked in the description. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so I'm here with Mr. Spark. I'm going to diamond paint this section and we're going to go over maybe 1 or 2 Reddit stories. Mr. Spark is going to read the first story, which is, what is a story from your office that could be featured on The Office, the television show? One of my most favorite shows of all time. So you can comment along, leave a comment in the box down below. I will respond to all comments and let's get into it. Mr. Spark, take it away.
My office had a terrible year. Sales were down, morale was low, and turnover was looming. Instead of listening to the employees' concerns, management decided to hold a funeral in our warehouse. We were instructed to air our grievances on paper, and then we ceremoniously marched up to the front and put our papers in a shredder. The shredded paper was then put into a cardboard casket and carried out to the dumpster by pallbearers and followed by a manager dressed as the Grim Reaper.
Wow.
The CEO proceeded to give a eulogy on a PowerPoint presentation that included a lot of Kid Rock musical interludes.
Oh my gosh, not the PowerPoint, okay?
It was the most awkward experience of my career. Also, it didn't work. Most of us don't work there anymore.
Dang, I wouldn't either. I could see that in The Office. Do you think you could see that as an episode of The Office?
The CEO of the company held a funeral for a bad year. Instead of trying to fix the company's problems, we all quit. Oh, man.
Yeah, I would have been out too. That's super weird.
We nearly had a funeral for our sales portal, our sales origination system the other day, because it was for the first time in 5 years of working there, they finally shut down the original originating system.
Wow. And some people, like most people, don't like change. I don't like change, but then once the change happens, you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't so bad. But it's like that going through point.
The adjustment.
Yeah, the adjustment. I had without mentioning any names of where I formerly worked at or who my regional manager was, but he was like the packer of The Office. Michael Scott's best friend, just very loud, and we called him a walking HR violation because he was. So let's get into some of the comments. We'll just read the ones that are PG friendly, that are workplace safe on this thread.
This is almost Scott's Tots level cringe.
Yeah. So for those of you that are listening, have you had, or do you have anyone in your office or work environment that maybe reminds you of a character of The Office? Please put it down below. I'm looking for Dwight Schrute. Don't mention any names. Just say, yeah, I do have someone who reminds me of this character from The Office. So we're just scrolling through some comments.
I kind of wish I was there. That sounds hilarious. Did he play Only God Knows Why?
No. And I will post this Reddit story. We'll do maybe one more story I thought was pretty funny. And I'll post these. You can go and read it, full description. I'll put it in the full description with the link. You can go read it for yourself, look at the comments, check it out. But there was one other. All right, the next Reddit story, just dealing with this theme, we're going to keep it The Office.
All right, I worked as a photo editor at a studio specializing in school photos. One thing I noticed there was that everyone was environment conscious, especially when it came to recycling. There were recycling bins next to the trash bins everywhere around the building, and people were very careful about making sure they put things in the correct receptacles, separating out cans, plastic, glass, etc. I was going to community college in the mornings at the time, so I tended to work a later shift than everyone else. I was generally the last one out of the building except the janitors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I knew the terrible secret to it all. The janitors would take the trash cans and recycling bins and dump both into the same big trash can to take out to the dumpster. We didn't have a recycling dumpster in the first place. It was all going to the same place. There was no point to any of it. There never was.
Dang.
I'm not sure if this would fit into The Office, as I've not watched all that much of it, but it feels like something that could.
Absolutely. That'd be like one of the intro parts of The Office.
Someone said, I've suspected that for years.
Yeah, nobody has time for that, I guess. We recycle. Don't come for us. We recycle. Next color. Ooh, the next color I'm going to do, it's an AB. Let's see these. Shake them up.
Someone said, haha, oh God, gotta make people feel they're making a difference there, right?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if that user told, like, did they do any update in the thread? Probably not. It's like a one-off. Oh, I'm off the camera. Let's go up here. It's like a one-off post, I think. So for the final Reddit post, I will be telling the story. If you are enjoying this content, please like. And if you would like more of this content, please subscribe and I will post more. So let's get into it. This is from the Coworker Story subreddit. This was posted by user Radio Supply about 76 days ago. So it's called Another Worst Secret Santa Story. Edit, this was the year 2007. Here's how the story starts. It just so happened that I drew my boss and my boss drew me. There was a $20 limit, so I decided to get her favorite brand and scent of fragrance oil she used in her office diffuser. The oil cost $15, so I put in a cute box full of tiny origami stars I'd made and strung into a garland for the back of the monitor. She loved decorating her office. Side note, that is a very, very thoughtful gift. I would love something like that. You could tell there was a lot of care and thought in that gift. All right, so let's continue the story. I received a card, and inside was a note that said, "It's been a pleasure working with you this year. Now go clean out the storage room." What? I smiled and pretended there was a big joke inside, but my boss, laughing and smiling, took my card and read it aloud to everyone. Okay, that's very humiliating. Oh my gosh. So let's continue the story. And I will interject a few times because I'm reading this for the first time. I did glance over it, but I'm like really reading it now. Okay. A few people laughed. Then the HR lady, her best friend, asked if there was a gift. My boss said she'd take care of me later. The taking care of me was letting her drive me through the Starbucks drive-through and having a coffee on her company credit card while she spent the 10-minute drive not apologizing and raving about her very funny joke. Wow. I smiled and chuckled and sipped my Pike Place and held back tears. That poor girl. Poor Radio Supply. $15 isn't much, but every dollar counts, and I had decided to short my own mother a stocking stuffer because of the Secret Santa. I found a new job a few months later and spent the last few months there avoiding my boss. The kicker? HR asked if I received a present from my boss. I told the truth and said she bought me a coffee on the company card. She said she was sorry and would look into it. Crickets. Meanwhile, my boss's monitor looked adorable, her office smelling fragrant, And I hope she told her story of how she me over the holidays and got at least a small side eye. Wow. That is a horrible boss. I'll give my opinion and then we'll read some of the comments. This story got 9,900 upvotes and 268 comments. So definitely check out this thread. I will have this one in the description also. But I just want to say, Radio Supply, what a kind hearted person. And I'll also say that a lot of people leave companies not because of the bad companies, but because of bad management. So I don't fault her at all for recognizing her worth and just going on to a different company. And hopefully, I hope that company values her. So we're going to read some comments. So the first comment I'll read is from Planmaster 3000. He said, I think it's telling that HR followed up and don't assume it didn't lead to anything. These things go into the personnel file and can definitely influence promotions and terminations. Also, bleep her and the horse she rode in on. I'm sure she didn't win any points with the rest of the team. And as a recently retired senior manager, you never want to lose points with your team. They either make you look good or like an incompetent boob. From this anecdote alone, we can all see which one your boss is. And that is so true. Let's see another comment here. Comfortable Cup 3618 said, one of us. One of us. Okay, here's another comment, and the original poster actually responded. This one is from C. Meeber. This is why I'm anti-Secret Santa at the office and gifting up. There's always some people that just do not give, you know what, and others that will go overboard. It just creates awkwardness and hurt feelings. Radio Supply responded. She said, I have not participated in a Secret Santa since. If anybody digs deep as to why, I just tell them I like to be contemplative during the season and not participate except with family. That is an excellent mindset for her to have, especially after that experience with her horrible former manager. Do you like Secret Santas? Do you participate? We do a Secret Santa at our church. Not exactly a Secret Santa. I think it's called a white elephant. I don't know what it's called, but you don't have an assigned person. You just have a little bit of like at least spend $15 or something like that, and it all goes into a pile. And we like pick a gift, and then you can like steal someone's gift once. If you know what the actual name of that game is, please put it in the comments because I can't think of what that game is actually called. I want to say it's White Elephant, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll read a few more comments. Okay, so someone else posted by the username Alton June. They said that she should tell the truth. And Radio Supply posted, I try to keep negativity out of my feelings at work when at all possible. You know what? If she doesn't want to go into the whole story and just, spread discontent or, come off as judgy or judgmental, she can keep it to herself. She doesn't have to explain herself to anybody. If that's how she's feeling and she doesn't want to participate, she does not have to participate. Okay, the last comment I'll read is from Impossible Balance 11. Gifts should only flow top down, never bottom up. No employee should ever have to buy a gift for their boss in any shape or form. Haves should not give to the have-nots. That is a very valid statement. I can see that. I'm a gift giver, so it doesn't matter to whom, but yes, management should give all employees a big Christmas bonus cash money during the holidays. How about that? Just cash bonuses. You don't have to do the present exchange. Just give us the money. Give us the money. So that will conclude the video for today. I will show my progress that I've made during that session. And I really do hope you've enjoyed this content. Again, click subscribe. click like, please, and leave a comment. I love the engagement. So I will see you on the next one. Bye.